Alright guys, we're back for another video. In this one, we're taking a look at some Funkos that I found at my Ross. So Funkos, they've been around for a while now, the FunkoPop figures, and really at this point, they've just kind of exploded into everything. Like you'll find Funkos for movies, for your favorite TV shows, whether they're, live action shows, animated shows. I feel like every movie that comes out gets a few of these. You get them for WWE, NFL, basketball, like any sport really. They've got so much variety. If you have an interest, it's likely that they have a Funko for it. But anyways, it's something that I really never collected early on. It hasn't been until, more recently that there's been a few that like really catch my attention, and I've picked them up. And even then, I think the price sometimes can push me away from them. That's one of the biggest reasons why I haven't really built a strong collection of them. I always thought that they were a bit overpriced for a tiny little pop figure. However, in this case, I don't mind paying for them when you can find them at Ross for $4.99. And that's what I found here. I was lucky enough to find a few characters that I really like for a pretty cheap price. I have picked up a few Funkos, literally like one or two, I think like for 10, 11 bucks at Walmart. But other than that, most of the ones that I have in my collection now are more recent, and they were found at about half price. So the reason I picked these up, we'll take a look at the first one. Growing up, I was always a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z. So this is from Dragon Ball Super, but it's one of my favorite characters, Trunks, and you've got Super Saiyan Trunks here. Always loved his sword. But yeah, I was really surprised to see that he was actually still there. Like, it was a busy day at Ross, and Dragon Ball being such a popular show, I was just really surprised that and lucky, I guess, to find him there. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, this is coming home with me. I'm a huge fan of Trunks. This one, funny enough, I found it by the registers. Kind of a last minute decision, but I really enjoyed the America Chavez character from the Doctor Strange sequel. I really liked her powers, honestly. I'd never really heard of her, but the ability to, punch into different realities, different multiverses is such a cool idea, such a cool concept that, for $4.99, I thought it was a cool figure to add to my slowly growing collection. And then the last one, we've got Supergirl from the Flash movie. I know that movie didn't do too well. Some bad CGI. I think just a lot of people realizing, the DC universe that currently exists for movies is going away, so maybe it wasn't worth it to watch. But I enjoyed it. Two of the high points for me were honestly Michael Keaton's Batman and this portrayal of Supergirl. I thought she was, so much fun to watch. So I was happy to add her to the collection. The other funny thing is I actually saw this one and this one at Target. I think they were about maybe 12, 15 bucks. And I decided, I like them, but I'm going to hold off. Like, that's a bit much for me. Waited about a week or two, go back. They're still at Target, but then I pop into the Ross next door, and there they are for $4.99. So I picked them up, and I've been waiting to have a chance to sit down and do a video on them. So here we are, and let's go ahead and pop them open and have a look inside. Alright, so here they are out of the packaging. Let's go ahead and have a look. We'll start with Trunks. Okay, so you've got, this cool burst of like energy on the ground around him. He's kind of like leaping up, hovering. Got some detail on the knee there, like a tear. Holding the iconic sword. Looks awesome, really. He's got the Capsule Corps logo. He's got the sheath for the sword on the back. Super Saiyan, so his hair is super spiky. And he just looks great. The cool thing about him is that serves as the stand as well. So he doesn't require a stand. He's got it built in. The next one, and she kind of, you got to be careful with her. I put a stand on her because if not, she'll just tip right over. So we've got America Chavez on the stand. She's actually one of the bauble ones, which, like I said, I'm more recently building a Funko collection, so I'm still getting used to some of them being baubles and some of them aren't. But you can see here she's got the Converse on. Really cool look to her. She's got the jean jacket with the star on it. A bit of like a wristband here, it looks like. Either that or that actually might be a tear in the jacket. Yeah, that's what it is. You can see the spring in there. But she looks really cool. I like the pose holding the jacket like that. Okay. And then the last one. So she had the stand built in, of course, to create that look of, of flying. You've got Supergirl here. So she's got that like suit design similar to like the Man of Steel, Kryptonian suits. She's got the emblem. I like the pose, one fist up. Looks pretty cool. Short black hair. Nicely detailed. Whoops. Cape has a bit of a flow to it. So when you set her on that stand, she looks really cool. Like just, they nailed the pose there. So yeah, overall really happy with these finds. Again, I found them at Ross for $4.99, and they had, quite a selection. They had a few other properties there, just things that I wasn't that big of a fan of. So if you're a fan of Funkos, if you're at Ross, swing by the toy aisle and you might find something that suits you, that you'd be happy to add to your collection. Anyways, let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Let me know if you're a fan of Funko, if there's, a favorite one that you have. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.